Formation on the drug-receptor complex. This figure appears on page 18 of Pharmacology in Clinical Practice, 3rd edition. This figure illustrates the formation of the drug-receptor complex and the relationship between the association and the dissociation rate constant. Association means the forward rate constant, and dissociation means the reverse rate constant. Drug molecules form chemical bonds with their receptors, which produce drug-receptor complexes. Simply put, drug-receptor complexes are drug molecules that are bound to their receptors. Once a drug has been introduced to the body and has reached its target tissues, drug-receptor association begins. This is the process by which drug-receptor complexes are formed. Once the drug-receptor complex has formed, a series of biochemical or electrical events is set in motion. The initial events serve to amplify and transmit the original message to the functional parts of target cells. This is known as signal transduction. The process of signal transduction may take place either through direct influencing of membrane permeability, that is the opening of ion channels, or through a G-protein coupled or other transmembrane signaling process. The subsequent events allow for the biological effects seen in target tissues and body fluids. Well-known G-protein coupled receptors, for example, are the muscarinic acetylcholine receptors, the dopamine receptors, the serotonin receptors, and the beta-adrenergic receptors. Note that the time that a drug molecule actually spends on its receptor, however, is measured in milliseconds. This implies that drug-receptor dissociation also takes place. In pharmacology, it is said that a state of equilibrium has been reached when the rate of drug-receptor association equals the rate of drug-receptor dissociation. At a molecular level, drug action leads to direct or immediate consequences, such as changes in cellular and tissue functions. Organ function may be affected either directly or indirectly. Other indirect or delayed consequences are changes in organ system functioning and eventual changes in the functioning of the entire body. Some of these changes are beneficial, such as those changes that the initial drug treatment was aiming for, while others may be unwanted. Note that drug receptor dissociation does not apply to covalent bonds, which are irreversible.